Hey guys, Jack Griffin here, and welcome to a new video. This is one of two videos that I'm going to be doing for my good friend Adam Ferns. Yesterday was Adam's birthday, which happy birthday Adam. Bit late, but it's alright. And yeah, I'm going to be doing two videos for him because he did two birthday videos for me, so it's only fair. And this video, which is going to be a ranking, this is one that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I originally said this, was going to say it in a chat I was having with Adam and Lucas. But then I thought I could actually say this for Adam's birthday because I think this might be quite funny. And I said, Adam, when's your birthday? December 10th. Mind you, this was back in February. So I've had to wait 10 months to do this video. But we're here now. So now it's time to do it. Today I'm going to be ranking all of the monkey/ape beasts in Beast Quest. For those who don't know, monkey beasts are Adam's least favourite type of beast. He has a very famous hatred for them. Apart from one, he has a very famous hatred for monkey beasts. And today we're going to be ranking them. And I was surprised, like, there's not as many as I thought there was. I thought there was, like, eight monkey beasts, or 8 or 9, but turns out there's only 6, which, fair enough. There was one that I did forget, though, so I was like, it might be 5. But no, there's 6 monkey beasts to rank, and I cannot wait to get into this. So, let's go. But just before we do, don't forget to go check out Adam's channel, show him some love, like and subscribe for his channel. I think he's coming out with a new video soon. Might be today, might be tomorrow, no idea. But it will come out soon though. Right, so without further ado, let's get into this ranking. So, 6th place, my least favourite monkey beast, and Adam's at least going to be happy at this one, it is Claw, the giant monkey. Claw is where the monkey beasts all started. He was the very first one. But being the first one, if he has any flaws, they can be improved on in the future. And that's where I think his weakest points come in. With Claw being the first monkey beast, the problems for him was that later monkey beasts improved on stuff that Claw did, and in fact were better beasts because of that. Now, Adam is known to hate Claw with a passion. Out of all the monkey beasts, Claw is the one he hates the most. In fact, it is his least favourite book. I believe so anyway. I'm sure it is. It might still be, because there might be another book that he hates, but if I'm right, and I'm sure he'll let me know in the comments, or just let me know privately, I believe it is still his least favourite beast of all of Beast Quest, and I can see where he comes from. But the thing about Claw is that I like the jungle setting. It has quite a dark, disturbing prologue where Claw snatches up this guy and this boy. His base being in like an old volcano, I find really cool. The jungle setting itself, the fight was decent. It wasn't the best, but I did think it used Claw's like abilities well. Well, he doesn't really have any abilities, but his skills. Well, I should have said skills. I really like how you see just how ferocious he is, and the fact that they ended up getting Inferno to come in and just burn the jungle down, I thought was a very satisfying end. Now, yes, it does bring up a bit of a plot hole where he wears the golden chainmail when it says that only the worthy can wear the golden chainmail, because technically, Adam has brought this up, Malvo could have just stole the armor for himself, so why didn't he just take the armor? I do not know. I don't question it. I just go along with it. And yeah. But that's why Claw is last place, because also alongside the fact that he has been improved upon, he doesn't have many abilities. In fact, well, he doesn't have many, and also there's nothing that can really help him. He has claws, yes. He's agile when swinging in the trees, but he also has a extra claw on the end of his tail. The only problem with this, though, that's it. Like, he doesn't have many abilities, and that's why, well, when Adam has done Battle of the Beasts, I don't think Claw has ever made it past round 1. No, I don't think he has, because... And also with Claw being a small... Well, bigger than Tom, obviously, but he's... Out of all the beasts, Claw is one of the smallest beasts. So it's like... No way would Claw even win against them. So yeah, so I do agree with Adam when I say that Claw is the worst of the monkey beasts. I still find his book to be decent. I do like reading Claw once in a while. And yeah, Claw is 6th place. Right. 5th place. 5th place we have Akorta, the All-Seeing Ape. Now, this and 4th place I originally had swapped over. However, I came to my senses, I looked at it, and I realised, no, I think the actual 4th place has more to offer. So that's why Akorta is 5th. Now, this is where I don't have anything bad, really, much bad to say about any of the monkey beasts. So, Akorta. I really like Akorta. I think having an orangutan beast is really cool. It's a he, I believe, yeah? I think it is anyway. Him having, like, an eye on the back of his head as well, so he has 360 vision, I thought was really cool, especially for an orangutan beast. Like, that ability, putting it there, was really cool. I do like the one-eye design. I love the patterns on its, like, belly. I thought the fight was just really cool. It wasn't that long, but I did think it used Akorta's abilities, like, well. It showed how physically big and strong Akorta is. And I think that's why he, you know, is higher than Claw, because, well, also it was a great start to a good series, being the Prison Kingdom, Series 25. But it also, it was just, well, it was a great book in general, but Akorta, they really... I just love, like, just what he brings. Like, I find him really unique for an orangutan beast, and I think that's why he already approves on Claw. The 360 vision is, of course, the standout ability, and also his strength. Akorta really showed off his, like, strength, I thought, in the book. But apart from that, he, like I said, Akorta doesn't appear much, and the fight was short. Now, it was a... I wish you know me, if it's a bad beast, I don't really care how long the fight is. If it's a good beast, though, you know I hate it when the fights are short, because I just think you're wasting such a good beast. Like Doomskull, which is a very big example. But yeah, that's why Akorta is 5th place. It's a very unique design. It steps up a bit on the abilities, not too much, but it does step up quite well. And Akorta easily beats Claw in terms of the actual beast. In terms of story, oh no, Akorta beats Claw as well. But yeah, I've always liked Akorta, and I thought Akorta was actually a really good starter to a good series, I thought. So that's why Akorta is 5th place. Now we move on to 4th place. And Adam, please don't hate me. 4th place, we have Turog, Hammer of the Jungle. Now, this is the one monkey beast that Adam says is a great beast. Now, as Series 22 as a whole, I've always been mixed about it. I think what it was I found it to be really hyped. Or like Lucas and Adam said it was a great series, and I cannot wait to read this. I read it, and I personally thought it was decent. There were elements I really liked about the series, but there were also elements I really didn't like. One of those, now, this is where we're going to get into some stuff. Jurog. Now, out of all the monkey beasts, yes, I can 100% say Jurog has the best design. An 8-armed monkey. I love the patterns around his eyes. And I love the story as a whole. I love the fact that, like, his goal obviously is to make the wood for the boats. Well, I believe that's what it is. Yeah. I think that's what it is. Yeah, he makes the wood for the boats, and he gets them all. I love his tail being a mace flow. Like, oh my goodness. I love how ferocious he is. Jurog is just a threat. Now the fight, I find the fight, I have gone back and reread it, and I do find, like, I have gone back and looked, not reread, I still do need to reread, but I have gone back and looked at the fight, and I thought, it's not as bad as I remember. Like, I do think it is a decent fight. And that is where my only problems with Jurog come into place. I really wish we'd gotten, the fight could have been a bit better. On the cover, it shows Jurog fighting with Tom fighting Jurog in the trees, and I wish we'd got that scene actually in, because I would have loved to have seen Jurog making his way through the trees. I know people have said, well, how would Jurog have, like, how would he stay on the trees? If the trees are strong, and to that I say, if the trees are strong enough to hold Claw. Also, if a dragon who is light as a feather can sit on top of the Tree of Life, or is it Tree of Being? I don't know. I forgot what it was in Series 8. Then I'm sure they would have had some explanation why Jurog could swing through the trees. I loved how Jurog, like, ferocious, like, literally chucking trees at Tom and Eleanor. And I do like the fact that the slaves came together with Tom and Eleanor in the end to help defeat Jurog. I thought that was really cool. I need to reread Series 22, and I really want to have some appreciation for it. And knowing me, I'm sure I will. One day I will say this is a good series and a really, really good series. But for now, the only reason I put Jurog below is because of the fight, really. That's why it was a bit... Yeah, that's why the fight, personally... I think the story was fine. I think in terms of, like, what it did for the series, the story didn't do much in terms of, like, actually being important. But, well, until we get to the actual jungle where Jurog and the slaves are with Rhea. But apart from that... I'm starting to appreciate Jurog, and I'm pretty sure in the future he will boost up. Now, we've made it to the top 3. Now, like I said, and I'm going to say this, Adam, these are my opinions. Of course, you have your opinions. I respect your opinions. You respect my opinions for the most part, but we shall see. So, in 3rd place, we have the newest comer to this series, the newest monkey beast, Petrock, I believe he's called the Stone Giant. I think. Might be. I'm going to call him that. Petrock, the Stone Giant. Now, I thought it was really cool having a gorilla, because... a gorilla was actually an animal that I was waiting to see have a, be a beast. And I'm glad they did. They did. Petrock, I love the fact that they treat him as some kind of, like, he has his own temple, has his own throne. He's some kind of god or king. I love just his design. I love his Aztec armor. It looks so cool. I love his big hair, his red glowing eyes. His design, I thought, was good. His abilities, yes, he does have his stone fist and he has his healing things, which granted, even though it is a very obvious weakness, the fact that he can heal himself I thought was pretty cool. And then the fight. The fight, is it the best for a monkey beast? No. But whenever a beast uses its environment as its weapons or its environment to its advantage, I always love, and it's actually a reason why there's a monkey beast higher up than Petrock that does it really well. Petrock using the trees as a club to try and batter Nolan and Marilla. And I also just love the fact he's so ferocious, he's so big and strong, that even I can imagine him making it possibly to round 3 in Battle of the Beast whenever he gets used. Now, granted, do I ever imagine him winning? No, I do not see him. I feel like the max he could get to is round 3, if he does really well. We shall see in time what Adam does with him, but until then, I do really like Petrock. There's also, he's also responsible for some badass illustrations. There's a really good one of him holding Nolan in his fist that I just love. And I also love just the mythology surrounding him. I just love the whole Aztec vibe that the story had. And for a finale, it's definitely not, it's far from being one of the best finales, but it was still a good finale for a good series, I thought. By the way, if I sound like I'm losing my voice, I'm not. I have to talk quietly because my dad's in bed, so I'm trying not to wake him in the process. But yeah, Petrock I really like. It's partly, I think that's why it might be Durog, because I know I'm talking about the monkey beasts themselves, but I can't not talk about the monkey beasts and not talk about the story surrounding them, because Petrock had a really good story, I thought. I love the whole emotional stuff with Nolan and his mum. But yeah, Petrock, we got Gorilla Beast and we got a good one, I thought. I know the fight could have been a bit better, I know, but apart from that, it was a solid finale to Series 31, and it was a good monkey beast. Now we're at the top 2. In second place, we have, and this might surprise a few people, we have Tychron, the Jungle Master. Now you may be like, but Jack, Tychron is just like Claw. He's a normal monkey. He screams, he howls, he has a better design, yes, but compared to the others, compared to Corsa, Durog, even Petrock, why is Tychron second place? And I will tell you why. Tychron is a monkey beast that, yes, he literally is the most monkiest of monkey designs you can get. Like Claw had his claw tail, Tychron has a normal tail. He literally just is a giant monkey. However, the reason why Tychron is second place, for me, is because he had one of the darkest moments. Never mind, scratch that. He had a really dark moment that just, oh my goodness. Now, obviously, Tychron and all the beasts, they're young beasts. Like, they're older than they were, obviously, when they were in Anaret, but they are still, like, they're older, but they're still basically like kids. They are still like young children. I imagine they're like probably, I forgot how old it is in the actual Book of Beasts, but I think they're like, what, 7, 8 or 9? Something like that, right? And you've got to think, like, 7, 8 years to a beast. The fact that Tychron, at that age, says to Tom, after I defeat you, I will hang your bones all around the jungle as a warning to people who dare to enter. I just thought, oh my goodness, that was dark. When I first read it, I was not expecting Tychron to ever say something like that, and I was just gobsmacked. And then, of course, there is the fight. Tychron, the fight lasts a very good amount of time. And, I mean, Tychron obviously kidnapped a young girl, so the whole thing was a rescue mission. But Tychron was so relentless in his fighting. Like, Tychron, and it proved that Tychron was a challenge for Tom. Which I really like that. I think it's the fact that Tychron, obviously he doesn't have any special abilities apart from his scream. But the fact that he was just such a dark beast, the fact that he was such an evil beast, and the fact that he was just non-stop fighting relentlessly against Tom, the thing that puts him up there was the fact that he shocked me so much. That's why he's second place. As a beast himself, he would be towards the bottom. But it's the fact that he is dark, and the fact that his fight, and I am trying not to say the same things because I do want to say something else about Tychron. The fact that this simple monkey beast came and just straight up like pulls up to Tom and he's just like, I'm gonna murder you. Like, no holding back, I'm going to murder you. And it just left me so shocked. That's why Tychron was boosted up to second place. As a beast, he's towards the bottom, but when you combine his personality and his fight and everything about him, he is a very enjoyable beast. Now, yes, and honestly, I put him as, I think, well, actually, no, I think in my original ranking, I don't know if I put him third or second, but if he was third, he boosted up to second. So you'll see that when I get round to doing the retrospective of Series 14, which, yes, I will be doing the retrospectives again. I will be doing them, just getting through them. And that's why Tychron is second place. But there is one monkey beast that I think, well, not think, is my favourite monkey beast of them all. And the sad thing is, though, he's one of the most underappreciated monkey beasts and one of the most underappreciated beasts. Mind you, he doesn't come from the best of series, although I think Series 18, yes, I think that Series 18 is a good series. It, in my opinion, only has one bad beast. And yes, I am, of course, talking about number 1, Drogan the Jungle Menace. Right, now, you may be like, why, Jack? Why Drogan? What has led you to go for Drogan as your favourite monkey beast? And it's simple, really. Drogan, I love the story of, personally. I think it's really good. But the beast himself, he has a great design. With looking, I know he's meant to be, this is like a gorilla-esque beast, but he looks more like a Bigfoot or Sasquatch. I love the little bone belt he has. I love his Wolverine claws. And I just love, like, his fangs, he has, like, ears, like, sticking out, which I thought was kind of cool. And I also love his fight. This was the beast that used the environment to his thing first, before Petrock, using the tree as a club. And his fight lasted for a really good amount of time. And obviously his book is where it is revealed that Dre is actually Jezrin. But story aside, the beast himself, like, when I think of Monkey Beast... Now, yes, does he have any unique abilities that stand out apart from his Wolverine claws and his actual things? No. Honestly, the beast that has, like, stands out for their abilities are, honestly, Durog and Petrock. But Drogan, is smart. That's what I like about him. Like I said, he uses his smarts, uses his environments. He had a great fight, can I add? Where his fight is underappreciated. And even though, like, people say, oh, this beast is just a big dumb brute, he's not. He uses his environment. He uses his smarts. I hate it when Drogon is just called a bad beast because of him just being a monkey beast. And people often forget. Like, they say he's forgettable, which maybe his story is, but the beast himself, I don't think is very forgettable. I can remember several moments from that fight when they tie him up, when he gets knocked out with the log, which I thought was a very clever idea. I love the fact that he uses a log and then they use the log against him. I thought that was a very nice little turnaround thing. But yeah, and I'm gonna say it until he might get dethroned, I do not know. Drogon is my favourite monkey beast. Deal with it. I love Drogon. I love his design. His abilities, yes, he doesn't have the best abilities, but Tychron managed to get second place, and he doesn't have that many abilities. But his fight, I think his fight is what made it for me. He had a very good fight with, like I said, several memorable moments. And obviously, his story himself, the story, of course, revealed something that was very important for the rest of the series. And there you have it. That was my ranking for all the monkey beasts. I'm sure Adam will disagree with several of my picks, especially Durog and probably Drogon and Tychron. But they are my opinion. But whatever his opinions are, I will respect them, and I know he will respect mine. Adam, I hope you had an amazing birthday. I will get your other video out as soon as possible. But until then, that is all for this time. But for you guys though, if you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time.